Welcome to the bench, friends. This is Joe, Blue Oval Racing, HO Scale Custom and Performance. We're at the bench. Well, we have on the bench a few can motors. The type of can motors that you will find in, well, such as a Tomy turbo chassis, a Tomy Super Racing Turbo chassis, a Bulldog Super Racing Turbo chassis, and a Hardin Creek Super 7. The same cam motor can be used in other platforms, chassis. The end of the armature may need to be cut off in order to use it. So, let me put these chassis away. First, before we continue on with my reasoning, I like this one in here, behind this whole gig, and we shall get to the skinny on it. All right, let's go ahead and put the Super Duper 7 back in its lifelike body. We got the HC slot car adapter clip on the Super 7, and let's put it back into the trusty Ford Valvoline old school slot car. Oh, one other thing. Yes, I had purchased a few of the all-new Viper V3 chassis, and I didn't want to make a video because Mark Slot Car Garage, terrific gentleman, he had made a few videos, one on the Spec Racer. The V3 Spec Racer comes with the Spec Racer Pro 4 motor and traction magnets combo kit. You get the bare chassis with the traction and motor magnets. And he also did one on the bare chassis with the level 10 motor and traction magnets. Prices are already going up. When I purchased my kits, the bare chassis from HC Slot Cars with the magnet package, I think it's $34 and some change. I'm almost positive I paid that for the level 10 package. I think it's going up already $2, maybe $3, I forgot. I will make a video on building a few V3 builds, Viper V3 chassis builds. To me, this car is slower. I do not have a timing system. I stripped the majority of the parts, everything off of another V1 chassis, everything, except for the motor and the traction magnets. Swapped everything over. To me, this car is slower. I think it's because I don't have a timing system, and this car is much easier to drive with the much larger traction magnets. That's another story for another time. But what we are here for is the can motor. Like I said, the can motors that you will find in, however you want to say it, the Tomy Turbo, the Tomy Super Racing Turbo, Bulldog Super Racing Turbo, and Bulldog Turbo, and HC Slot Car Super 7. I found something very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. And you're not going to miss this. This is a HC Slot Car can motor with a balanced, economically balanced, dynamically economically balanced armature, 6 ohm. The nice thing about the new HC Slot Car can motors, they have the big foot, big brushes in the end bell compared to the factory size. Where if you take a Tomy Turbo or an aftermarket cheap imitation, the brushes are smaller. But I found something very interesting. You can purchase the HC Slot Car can motor bare. You can also buy just the end bell. Remember what I said, just the end bell. Our trusty magnet meter for reference. To give us an idea let's see. This is an authentic Tomy can motor made in Taiwan. Oh, I dropped something as usual and hit the camera. Let's tuck these in so we can get a flat reading. We have 25. We have 26. Now we're going to flip it. We have 29. And we have 26. 25. This is the HC Slot Cars. The magnets are weaker. Let's do it on the side. 37.5. 37.6. Back to the Tomy. 47.8. 47.5. Factory Tomy Turbo, or SRT, made in Taiwan can motor, stronger magnets. Now, I've also tried this with the armature removed. The numbers drop, but the clear winner is still the made in Taiwan can motor for Tomy. I'm going to take this can motor apart, also take the HC Slot Car can motor apart. I am going to take the end bell from the HC Slot Car, and I will be using it on the Taiwan can motor with a twist. I'm going to install a factory balanced 3.5 ohm armature into this can. Here are two other can motors. Let's see what we have with these. 25, 27, 46, 48. This beats the HC Slot Car can motor as far as magnet strength. Here is another off the wall I had purchased on eBay. I believe that even still beats the HC Slot Car one. Yeah, they're about the same. These two are significantly stronger. Let's dig into it. Let's try that again. Make sure we get the one we really want. Okay, so we have 47.8. 47.8. That's pretty close all around. 46.5. 50. Let's do it this way. 27, we're going to spin it. 28. 25. 28. Let's flip it. 29. 26. Either one of these are a great candidate. Let's go ahead and get on with the modification. I will use either of these cans. I'm going to take the one. We're not using either of these at the moment. We're going to take this one right here. Ooh, that was on there. Made in Taiwan. We're going to take the can motor apart. These little tabs are bent over a pinch. Some people will pry the can apart a pinch. I just like to straighten these out. But you got to watch your fingers because you can pinch them by doing this. I prefer to straighten them out a little bit like that. Like that. And like that. And like that. Next. This usually will not fit correctly. For some reason, this tool works beautiful on a Viper end bell or a Super Mega G Plus. Super Mega G Plus. No problem. It won't work on these. I have to use one of these cheap keys and I bent over the ends. Alrighty, let's take this apart. First put a little mark on there. Now, when you take the armature out, you need to save it because you can use this in an end bell car. They are 6 ohm. There's nothing wrong with them, provided the motor was running fine and dandy prior to disassembling it. This is a good armature. As a matter of fact, the chances are it's going to read lower than 6 ohms. Clean up the commutator, and bing, you have yourself a terrific spare armature that you could use in an end bell car. It's non-balanced, but it doesn't matter. It's still fast. We will recycle that. And there is the end bell. The itty bitty brushes. I'm not sure if you can see that. Now, we're going to use this part of the can. Armature we're going to recycle. This is the end bell from the Tomy, made in Taiwan. This is the HC slot cars. We're going to need to do the same thing. You can just use the HC slot car can motor, entire can motor, and just swap out an armature to a lower ohm if that's your goal. Well, since I have checked readings for the magnet strength, I figure I might as well use a good old trusty made in Taiwan can motor. I will get another end bell for this car, and put it back together. But I don't have an end bell at this moment. I'm going to order a few from HC Slot Cars for me to do this modification. So I'm sacrificing tearing this one apart. And why not? Now, we will not use this armature. We will be putting this back together at a later date. And here is the HC Slot Car brushes. HC Slot Car end bell, the Taiwan Tomy. I'm hoping you can see it, but there is a size difference in the brushes that are on the arm. And I'm going to massage ever so gently this HC Slot Car. End bell for the can motor. That looks pretty good. All right. I think we have kicked that right up a notch. Let's check it again. This one needs a little bit more. That looks better. We've adjusted the angle of the brushes on the arm, and we've adjusted the tension. Next, we need a 3.5 ohm balanced, factory balanced, machine balanced, not dynamically balanced, but they are balanced, I believe, to within 12 milligrams. We're going to put a 5.3 ohm armature into the can. This can is going to truly be a Frankenstein can. We're taking a Tomy Turbo can with the magnets. We're using an HC Slot Car end bell from their can motor with the Bigfoot brushes, and we're taking a 3.5 ohm armature from HC Slot Cars, and we're going to build this can motor. Now, it is possible that the bushing in the back of the can may need to be pressed in a little further. We will find that out when we check the end play on the armature, when we assemble it loosely. So that's what we want to do now. And whatever chassis, well, this will be going into an HC Slot Car Super 7. And I highly recommend, instead of the Pro 6, you use the Pro 10 traction magnets, because you're talking about a 3.5 ohm arm. Alrighty. Let's going to have a lot of power. Plus, we adjusted that end bell. You throw a couple more goodies at it, this thing is going to fly. If we were able to have a more magnetic downforce magnet for a traction magnet, such as say a level 25, it would suit this car spectacular. This car, I don't even know how fast this thing would go. It'd be unbelievable. We do have enough play. So we can send that home. We'll bend the little tabs back over. A pinch, a smidge. This is my technique I use. For other people do the same thing. This video is dedicated to, hold on. Let's get this done first. This video is, I took some of the paint off my magnet. All right. I did this video for G-Bud. G-Bud's Custom and Speed Shop. Look good, run good, and look what G-Bud bought. I had mentioned I was going to do this performance gig on the cam motor, and G-Bud said he would like to see it. That's basically one of the reasons why I'm doing it. Again, G-Bud Custom and G-Bud Speed Shop. Look good, run good, and look what G-Bud bought. So, the can motor's built. I like to put the pinion gear on and push against, like this. I hold it. I don't like to push without putting my thumb on the back of the end bell, so nothing going to get jiggly. And yeah, that has enough end play. We're going to give a little juice. Synthetic dinosaur juice, that is. So our Frankenstein cam motor is built. Unfortunately for today, I do not have time to put it in a car and run it. But Monday, today is Sunday. Let's see if we can get it to run with a battery. .5 ohm Frankenstein. So, there we have it. Frankenstein is born. Very cool. I absolutely think it's very cool. Because on the side of the can motor, made in Taiwan, a sleeper can. What do you got under the hood? Oh, I got a factory stock, 6 ohm, good old freaking made in Taiwan, Tomy Turbo, SRT, whatever you want to say, motor. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, look, made in Taiwan. Son of a bitch. Pardon the language. Just a joke. I wouldn't do that to nobody. Or would I? So, we're left with a perfectly good 6 ohm armature that we took out of the made in Taiwan can motor that we can use in another car, end bell car. We are going to purchase a few end bells from HC slot cars for their can motor, and we will put this one back together. Or will we? Because I have 2 more. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I believe we're going to probably, if not this car, I have a few cans right here. Maybe one of these, we're going to swap the magnets out. I forgot all about these. These are just laying around. Order a couple of end bells from HC slot cars for these and build these. I don't see any sense in going lower than the 3.5 ohm armature. This is going to be wicked fast. You get down into the 2.6, you're never going to keep the car on the track. Unless you got some huge track, massive, nice turns, and, you know, that's a different story. But on like a track like mine, it won't happen. Anyway, friends, that's it for this video. Until next time.